Hello, welcome to my program on product demonstration. My name is Bob Seshadri. I've had 40 interesting and innovative years of international experience in the motor industry, having worked in sales, marketing, and profit center management as a business head and general manager for a couple of companies abroad. The demonstration is a defining moment in the sales process, yet it is the part most ignored. Whereas the motor manufacturer and the dealer insist on demonstrations, monitoring the ratio of the number of demos given against the enquiries, none look at the quality of the demonstrations given. Staff in the motor industry bend backwards to provide a demo, which results in the salesperson to merely go through the motions to save his skin. To add to it, the cleanliness quality of the demos are pathetic. I have seen ones with switches broken, seats tainted, smelling of food, which resulted me in writing a whole new checklist for demonstration cars. Their reluctance to conduct demonstrations reached phenomenal levels during the 80s for several reasons. The salesmen felt that they would lose the deal if they offered a demo, as the product quality was often not the very best. However, things changed and product quality improved, and we kept insisting on using the demonstration process, which was hammered into us by Honda Motor Company those days. So, yes, then we found that yes, the demos truly helped the sales. So, and there was a mathematics to it. And believe me, I've seen it work. If you conduct 10 demonstrations, you'll sell 2 units. If you conduct 20 demonstrations, you'll sell 4 units. You conduct 30 demonstrations, you sell 60 units. You conduct 40 demonstrations, you sell 8 units, and so on. Basically, your minimum conversion rate will be 20%. In a sense, you will achieve more than the number of units I've stated. Let me show you how. Now, let's assume you have met, qualified, presented, and demonstrated the product successfully to 10 customers and have sold 2 units. Now, what happens when you sell a motor car to a person? Person goes and talks about it. He shows his car. You'll invariably meet more people. Let's assume he meets 10. He'll meet 10 customers, talk to them, and those 10 will talk to another 10 about their experience, who may just turn up to your showroom and have a very good experience having dealt with you. Suppose you get 10 more customers into the showroom, you sell 2 units. Again, the same thing happens. Now, the 10 more prospects would be generated by every 10 prospects. That's how the prospects keep increasing exponentially. And that is if you do your job correctly. When you have completed your presentation, get the customer out in a car and demonstrate the product in action correctly. If you've done your presentation right, you'll be well on your way to making a sale. Let's look at the benefits and the needs for a demonstration. It's essential to maintain the interest that has hopefully been aroused earlier during the presentation. The benefit is to provide proof by example of how the vehicle performs. You've spoken so much about it. When the vehicle performs, they know. To allow the customer to prove to himself. You've talked all along. Now it's an opportunity for him to prove it to himself about the benefits of the vehicle. Again, of course, it is to avoid the danger of boring and a repetitive sales talk. And it's also to give the customer the sense of ownership through touch, sight, smell, and hearing. When the customer drives, he gets a sense of possession to help to keep customers' attention, and prevent him from getting distracted by all the objections that keep coming to his mind, all the negativity that could come to his mind. And of course, to help you close the sale by getting the customer committed. Most essential at this stage is the preparation for a demonstration, and this is where everybody screws up. I have personally experienced the salesperson sitting in the back seat checking his messages on his mobile while the prospector is driving along on his own with his buddy sitting next to him. I've also seen salesperson letting customers go off on their own without anybody to escort them, unaccompanied. Not done. It's a total waste of time, money, and energy. You have lost a precious opportunity to explain the product features and benefits, wasted the company's resources, and wasted your time. And you also run the risk of losing the deal. So, what are the key ingredients that we should be looking at here? The essentials. Timing of the demonstration. It's a mistake to use the mobile demonstrations too early in the sales presentation. It should be used to show proof of the benefits established during the presentation and static demonstration. Planning and preparations is essential. A route should be selected which will highlight the features that the customer is most interested in. A stretch of rough road to demonstrate the comfort features, the shock absorbers. I should take my customers onto a desert track to prove the efficiency of a Wrangler, of the drivetrain and the torque and everything else. The vehicle should be prepared for the demonstration with care. A breakdown or a poor performance could well make you lose the deal. The salesman should be confident when driving a car. Awkwardness or fumbling around should not be done. The customer will lose confidence if he notices the salesman behaving like that. Concentrating on the customer's buying needs is something that people tend to forget. During the demonstration, the sales consultant should concentrate on what the customer had said during the presentation. The customer might have said that he might want a sports mode with an automatic transmission. This is the opportunity to show to the customer, look, you asked for the sports mode, here it is along with the automatic transmission. Please try it. See, the getting a participation. It is essential if an owner is to get a sense of ownership. The salesman should drive first so that to demonstrate the benefits. And he should be careful not to frighten the customer by fast driving or sudden braking unless the customer wants it, asks for it. Before letting the customer drive, he should carefully explain the controls and hand over the driving at a spot where the customer can best demonstrate to himself the benefits he is most interested in. Remember, it's a very important moment. I mean, that is a make or a break situation. The customer is really testing out your product. He's trying the product for which he's going to pay his hard-earned money. Appreciate that. Empathize with him. Having demonstrated a particular feature, the salesman should get the customer's commitment by asking his opinion. He had mentioned an automatic transmission, and you would have mentioned, wow, it's a smooth transfer. When it shifts gears, it's a smooth gear transfer. Mention it during the drive and repeat it when you're going to close the deal. When you can remember how the automatic transmission works, it's one of the best in the market. Remember, the main purpose of a demonstration is to help you close the deal. But everything will fall flat if the vehicle is not in order. I had believed a sales executive should be allowed to take the vehicle home in order to get the feel of the car and let them believe in what they are selling, be seen in it, and have their family's opinion and support. I also used to encourage overnight demonstrations to customers. It worked very well in some countries, and in some it didn't. I used to see the cars coming back with smelling of Kentucky Fried Chicken and hamburgers and what have you. Imagine giving a car like that for a demo. So every time I used to insist that as soon as the car gets back from the demo, it gets into the car wash and get it validated completely. It's like the demonstrators are our shop windows. You wouldn't want to enter a boutique that has dirty windows, would you? Nor would you like to try on dirty clothes. It's our responsibility to exceed our customers' expectations. So I set out demonstration standards. Exteriors should be cleaned every day. Tanked up. The vehicle had to be tanked up. The worst thing they could do is to get a customer sitting inside the car and go to the nearest petrol pump to fill in gas. Ridiculous. And I've seen that happen. All import papers should be removed and the glue from the windows cleaned off. This should be done at PDI. I've seen demo cars with all kinds of stickers on it. God knows what they were trying to prove. The interior should be thoroughly cleaned. I ensure that the polythene seat covers are removed so that the customer can feel the texture of the fabric. And then I see some people keeping the plastics on for whatever reason. Breaks the whole purpose. Even the plastic on the radio sills need to be removed in the vehicle. I should fix floor mats, front and rear floor mats, to match the carpets that are there on the car. Glove box to contain a handbook, current registration, and the warranty book. A no smoking sign must be fixed on all vehicles. The upholstery tends to absorb the tobacco smell, and it's very difficult to get rid of it from there. And if you get a non-smoker in the car, you've had it. It's terrible. Radios should be tuned on to the suitable local FM station. Maintenance and repair used to be of paramount importance. Tires had to have a correct pressure and checked weekly to ensure that they are maintained. Service intervals used to be maintained as per the company policy. I used to fix in accessories onto my vehicles, and I used to make sure that they are checked regularly as well. So I have a winch, for example, on a Wrangler, and you could also always show the customer how you could tow yourself out of a difficult situation. Similarly, on a sedan, I mean, if you want on a tourer, you could always fix brackets to keep luggages on top, and you could show to the customer the advantages that are there. In effect, a fully accessorized vehicle would be the best kind of a demonstrator that you could have. Of course, any damage caused has to be repaired immediately, and all the nicks and dents have to be removed. Then there are these responsibilities of the location manager or the brand manager, whoever is being given the responsibility. During the work hours, the demonstrators had to be parked next to the showroom, ready for use anytime. Can't just make the customer sit and wait for the demo to come from somewhere else. Keys, including the spares, need to be kept under the supervision of the location manager. Can't go hunting around for the key when you want the demo. Obviously, a full log of the demonstrations need to be kept. And of course, I used to hold the brand manager liable for any kind of damage or fines that cannot be attributed to the use or due to incomplete records being kept. Then, of course, the registration has to be valid and kept up to date. To summarize, a demonstration is an essential part of the sales presentation. It is just not a routine. It is not something that you do because the management expects you to do so. You have to use it as a tool for a sale. So your quality of demonstration has to be brilliant. It should be such that you really are on the way to a sale once the demo is completed. The customer should be eager to buy the vehicle. I always insisted on a demo for every inquiry, right from the time we were selling cars in the 80s. Otherwise, how would I be sure that the customer really wants the car unless he or she has experienced the vehicle? So, a demonstrator is certainly one of the most important essential ingredients in the sales process. And I hope you follow it meticulously. Thank you very much for listening. See you in the next session. Bye for now.